we were discussing about introduction to management. Under the introduction to management, we discuss about what is meant by management, efficiency and effectiveness. We discuss about is management science or art? Those kind of things we discuss. We discuss about management skills, and we discuss about managerial roles, and those kind of things we discussed. I think we came to discuss about developing the management theories. Have you discussed that part? Anyone? Can you tell me we discussed this part or not yet?
Sir, can we record the session?
Sorry?
Can we record the session?
Record the session. Okay. Right. I can't record because it is mentioning that recording feature can't be started until the host has joined. I am not the host and host facility has not given. Therefore, I will be not able to record. Right. Tell me, have I started the management theories or not? Okay. Anyway, I will start from that point. Right. Okay. Development of management theories. In this section, I want to discuss with you how management has developed. You know that we are in the 21st century. We are practicing management in the organizations. Then how this subject has evolved. It has evolved. We call evolution. It is not a revolution, it is an evolution. Sorry? Kasuni, can you hear me? Rangana, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, clear.
Clear, right? Very clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Then we need to discuss that how management has evolved, developed. That development has not happened overnight. It has gone through different stages. This evolvement we identified as schools: classical approach, behavioral approach, management science approach, system approach, contingency approach, and contemporary management theories. It implies that we starting from classical and ending up contemporary management theories. The first we look at the contemporary classical approach. When come to the classical approach, you can see when I compare with the time, it has started 1890s. It is still evolving. That you can see this arrow is continuing. It reflects that it is still certain ideas came with the scientific classical management approach, still valid, still practicing. certain ideas might be diminished or not practicing, but certain things are still practicing. Then classical approach is, as I told you, it is 1890s, 90s, 1910, 1920 period. That period, if you compare with the Sri Lankan context, we are in the under the British colonization. You know that we were colonized by Portuguese, Dutch, British, right? Some years. Then at that period, this classical approach came. At that time, companies like Ford Motor Company, they want to increase the efficiency of the worker and efficiency of the factory, because huge demand came from all over the world. The factories were in the Europe, especially auto sector, auto industry. Then the company's problem is to increase the efficiency, in producing more units per day. With that idea, under the classical approach, we can identify 3 sub-approaches. We call scientific management, administrative management, and bureaucratic management here. Scientific management, administrative management, and bureaucratic management here. First, we will look at scientific management. This scientific management idea introduced by management guru, scholar called F.W. Taylor. Therefore, some will identify this as the Taylorism. Taylorism. Scientific management father we call F.W. Taylor. He said, efficiency or a productivity we can increase through scientific study of work method. We have to find the best method to do any particular activity. Best method is there. Teaching, best method is there. Swimming, best method is there. Cooking, best methods are there. Then he said we have to identify the best method. One best way to do a job. Determining the optimum workplace, the training of people to do the job properly, and successful rewards for performance, then we can attain the efficiency. That is his logic. His logic he explained with 4 principles. Principle 1, Principle 2, Principle 3, Principle 4. First principle related with the study the work, study the workers and identify the best method. Study the way of workers perform their tasks, gather all the informal knowledge that workers possess, and experiment with the ways improve the performance of the task. You find out the way we can improve the efficiency. We call one best method. Second, that method we need to making as the rules, standard operating procedures. We can record as the standard operating procedures. Third step is to select the workers, select the employees who are matching with the skills, competencies need for practicing the best method we are going to teach. And we have to train them. Fourth, we have to pay incentive-based reward system so that employees who are working more getting high performance, getting high rewards. High performers are get the high rewards. Right? It's very clear. These 4 principles will help to increase the efficiency of the work. We identify the best method, do certain activity, that we written down the steps wise, procedure wise. We select the right person for doing the job. Then we train our procedures, our steps. Third, we look after whether they are following the rule, what method we taught them. If they get the high performance, we are giving attractive incentive system. What do you think? That is good or bad? It is good or bad? It is increased efficiency or not? Actually, it is increasing efficiency. You know that we can teach them the best method. We can train the employees to follow that. Then we are giving the reasonable, attractive incentive systems. Then people will try to get the maximum outcome because they are receiving very attractive incentive. Actually, this method, this approach gave the positive result. Especially, work study method came to the management practice. Some of you working in the garment field, you know, in the garment industry, there is a position called work study officer. Work study officer was sitting in front of the machine operator. Work study officer will observe machine operator's movement. Necessary movement, unnecessary movement. Waste in time. Productive activities, unproductive activities. Then, based on his observation, with the time watch, he measures for particular task how many minutes needed. What are the necessary hand movements? Which direction? Then he designed the job that increased the efficiency. Therefore, work study method came with this school. Incentive wage scheme introduced. The money will be one of the best motivator. As ideologically and technologically based for modern assembly line system came to the world with this. The managers are thinkers. Then they need to design the job. They have to supervise whether employees are working. And people, with practicing this, people will be specialized. We can set the goal easily. We know one employee will be contribute this much, and 2 employees contribute this much. Easily we can set the goals. Cost accounting will be easy. These were the advantages of scientific approach. Are there any disadvantages? Yes, of course. Money is not the only motivator. It is one of the motivator, we can accept it, but it is not the only motivator. Some people, when finding the job, sometimes some places salary will be high, but he will not select that place because of other reasons. The scientific management consider people as like a machine, but really people not machines. They are coming to the work not only with hands and legs, they are coming with the mind. That didn't consider by the scientific management. Then what happened? job becomes boring. The people are doing the repetitive work, same work for a long period. Then their skill level diminish. It didn't acknowledge variance among individuals. Then labor exploitation increase. Those are the disadvantage of scientific management. Any questions? Any clarifications? Any questions? Nayanatara?
No, sir.
Any questions? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Right. The management has developed with the contributions of different regions of the world, different areas of the world. While the US management focus on individual at work, in Europe, other countries focus on organization, not the individual work. The scientific management concern how to increase the efficiency of the worker. When come to the certain other places, they want to increase the efficiency of the organization. Another person called Max Weber is a German. He focused bureaucracy as the formal organizations to gain efficiency. Henry Fayol is a French person. He focused on 14 principles of management. Likewise, the management has developed in the world, in the different part of the country, well, not in a one place. Okay. We are discussing about the classical approach. Under the classical approach, there are sub-approaches such as scientific management, administrative management, and bureaucratic management theory. First one we discuss scientific management, then we'll move to the administrative management. Administrative management introduced by Henry Fayol. He wanted to increase the efficiency of the entire organization. Scientific management concerns the increase the efficiency of individual work. But Henry Fayol 14 principles related with the increase of the entire organization, not the individual. Then he introduced 14 principles that could practice in the organization. See. These principles are division of labor. Not one person allowed to do the entire things. Divide the people into groups based on the nature of the job, so that one group of the people will allocate one particular task. And the second one is authority and responsibility. The position should be there that have the power. The president has the power. Prime Minister has the power. Authority. Plus responsibility. Obligation, he has obligations to complete. Therefore, we need to provide the authority and responsibility. Another principle is unity of command. Unity of command means employee should have only one boss. Next one is line of authority. Clear chain of command. Bottom to up to bottom. Centralization. Managers must decide how much authority to centralize at the top and how much to give to the workers. Centralization, decentralization, you can decide. Mostly centralization. Unity of direction. All workers should be committed to the same plan of action. Equity. Very fair and justice, impartial treatment for employees. Order. One, that there should be a place for everything, one and everyone. Right thing in the right place, right person in the right position. Initiative, promoting creativity and innovation within the organization. Let's give the freedom to the people to come up with their new ideas. Maintaining disciplines, obedient, respectable employees. Fair, reasonable, equitable remuneration. Stability of the tenure of the person. Stability, permanent job should be provided. Subordination of individual interest to the common interest. Not the individual agendas. We promote, we work, we try to create a common interest rather than individual interest. Last one is promoting teamwork. These 14 principles is very much important. Time period is 1841, 1925. That is the period, that we were under the British. They introduced these 14 principles to our local state companies and state administration and different government administrative processes. They practice this administrative management when British controlled this country. But anyway, when look at these 14 principles, some are still valid, some are not valid. If you look at the very first, division of labor is very much important. Today also we concern that. Authority and responsibility also same. But unity of command, one boss concept is not suit for today. Today there might be more than one superiors you are reporting. When come to the line of authority is also not much appropriate today. Today we look at, rather than go with the channel, who can contribute this task. That is the most important. When come to the centralization, today we are much more talking about decentralization. Decision-making power we are trying to give for lower level employees. Unity of direction, fine. Equity, fine. Order, initiative and discipline, fine. Stability, tenure, permanent personnel, subordination of individual interest. Spirit, the clock means the teamwork. Those are valid today, even today. Next, sub-dimensions we call bureaucracy. 1864 to 1920. Anyone have idea about bureaucracy? Bureaucratic organization? What is meant by that? Any ideas? Any views? Sevvandi Ruchini? Vitari? Or Dijini Rana Singh? Have you heard about bureaucracy? This introduced by the German professor Max Weber. He's a very popular person. According to the Max Weber, there are certain principles we can identify with bureaucracy. One is formal authority comes from organizational position. Position has the Ranil Wickremesinghe has the power when he is the president. Position. Andhra Kumar Dissanayake has the power because of the position. The formal authority comes from the organizational position. That is the one characteristic of bureaucracy. Second one is position should be built based on merit, not social standing, personal contracts. No, the person should be hired based on position should be based on merit, technical qualifications, not based on the relationship or kinship. Each position, responsibilities and relations to other positions should be clearly specified. Roles should be identified. Authority in a bureaucracy is a hierarchical power, highly formalized. Formalization means rules and regulations. Some organization less formalized, some organization high formalized, especially bureaucratic organization, formalization high. We can identify the rules and regulations or norms. But it's called norms. But it's called norms. Norms mean? Norms mean what? Anyone? Norms mean what?
Industry standards at that time?
Yeah, informal agreements, not the formal agreements, informal agreements. When you join to the organization's work, first 2 or 3 days, you will observe that how others do it, at what time they are leaving. Then you follow those practices. We call norms. Anyone can't punish based on the norm, not following norms. Norms is something, guidelines. It guides us how to behave.
Rules and regulations.
Rules are different. Rules are very clearly written down. Norms are informal agreements. That are not recorded. You will follow by looking at it.
Company cultures.
The culture related, yeah. Culture means collection of norms, rules, values, those kind of things, no? Yeah, culture related, yeah. Norms mean informal agreements. This related with the very ideal type of bureaucracy. Ideal type of bureaucracy, you can see the division of labor with clear definition of authority and responsibility. Position organized in hierarchy. Managers subject to rules and procedures. Management separate from the ownership. Administrative acts, the things are we recording for future purpose. Person selection and promotion based on the merit.
Oh, Eric.
Second one is behavioral approach. Behavioral approach means, that so far what we have discussed are very hard side. You know that we consider the human like machines. But it is not the proper way we look at. The human being is the person with ability to think and act. Later on, management scholars identify to understand we need to look at people attitudes, their behavior, not only individual. People work as groups, informal groups. based on the school they came, based on their hometown, personal interests. People form the groups. Some are formal groups, some are informal groups. Those also play in the vital role. Therefore, people started to think about individual attitudes, behaviors, and group process. Then that is the starting point of behavioral approach. Under the behavioral approach, there are two things we will have. Two theories we will look at. Hawthorne experiment introduced by Elton Mayo, theory X and theory Y by McGregor. First, this is Hawthorne experiment. I am not going to keep making a very detailed one because Hawthorne experiments are very lengthy testing procedure. And simply, I told you, this is done as a research by the Elton Mayo in a telephone assembly company. He identified two groups. One group called experiment group, other one called control. For the control group, nothing changed. For the experiment group, he introduced certain external changes, like the lighting in the room, lighting increase, and lighting decrease, lightning increase and decrease, and measure the performance. For the control group, nothing introduced by observing only. Then what happened? Finally, both groups' performance increased. Then Elton Mayo had an issue. Why these two groups performance increase? Even control group, even experiment group, both performance increase. How it happened? He understood the reason is employees are expecting certain things like considerations, looking after, something like that. In this research, the people thought that even control group, we are special people. That's why the management look at us. Therefore, sometimes like employees are taking decisions, not only physical conditions, their psychological aspects, their norms will play a vital role. After that, I will go to the theory X and theory Y. This is introduced by McGregor. He said, that how we look at our subordinates as a manager. If I look at the subordinates if I look at the subordinates in a negatively, I am a theory X manager. I am looking at my subordinates in a very positive manner. It is we call theory Y. When come to theory X, I look at my subordinates in a negatively. Then I think the average human inherently dislike to work. So people must be cursed, controlled directly. Workers prefer direction but want security. The average worker is only partly improved. By looking at this, you can see some managers will be theory X. They look at very negatively subordinate. At the same time, some managers will be very positive. They look at the subordinates very positive manner, like they see work is natural as play or rest, not dislike. Workers will exercise self-direction and control. Meeting goal is satisfying and motivating. Workers are seek responsibility. Workers will be more effective. Workers will be more creative and are willing to do more. When you're looking at this theory Y characteristics, you can understand. We look at our fellows, our subordinates very positively. They enjoy by working. They keep the self-control by themselves. They satisfy when the target covering. They take the responsibility. Workers, employees are very creative and are willing to even pay for. Workers will be very creative and are willing to do more new ideas, something like that. That is a very positive manner we look at the subordinates. That is theory Y. What do you think? Theory X or theory Y? What is the better? Are you going to be a theory X manager or are you going to be a theory Y manager? No. What do you think? Theory X or theory Y? Kushan, Ruchini, what do you think?
Theory Y is easy to manage, sir.
The tendency that is like a management, new management studies, management concept now move into theory Y. But in countries like Sri Lanka, we can't go completely theory Y, but we can be in theory Y side. The third school we call this the management science school. The management science school. The management science school say that you know that Second World War period, the major countries like German, Russia, Japan, they engaged on the war. Then Second World War. At that period, people not only fight through the weapons, certain people who are in these war attachment officers, they engage certain research, how we can calculate the optimum weapons level we have to keep them, when we have to place the order. Such kind of decisions taken by the people involved in the war based on their that the war period certain tools they use like mathematical models. If I name some of them, kind of sensitivity analysis, network analysis, linear programming, those models used for the war period. But after war period over, these mathematical tools, techniques introduced for the corporate sector. It's very popular. Even business school also start to teach the name called QOR, Operation Research, QT, Quantitative Techniques. But later on, the validity of these models diminish. The reason is these mathematical models based on some assumptions. The price level not increase, right? But thing is, they are changing, right? Now the environment is changes, highly dynamic. Even we can't predict that situations. That this kind of models will not giving much more benefit for the organizations. Therefore, the management science approach will not be much valid in the today's context. The next method we call, next school we call system approach, system perspective. What is meant by system perspective? System approach. What is called system? What is meant by system? Priya, not Priya. What is called system? Sevandi, what is called system? Sorry?
A set of elements.
Yeah, set of elements, interdependence, interconnected. We call system. Interconnected elements, we call system. When it comes to the organization also system that connected with the inputs and outputs. Raw material, information resources, human resources, financial resources are coming from outside. The inside transformation process will be happen. Then employee satisfaction, product service, profit will go to the output. That we can see, we call system viewpoint, system perspective. We depend on the environment. Then we have to be more fair for our subsystems. We are interconnected. Then when you're talking about system, we are in a open system because we connected with the environment. Conceptually, closed systems also, they are like if the certain community living in the Amazon forest, they are not connected with the outside world. We call closed system. But the organization is a very open system because we interact with the external parties. System consists with the subsystems. If you take the organizations, marketing division, HR division, finance division, those are subsystem. Collectively subsystem, we can create the general system. But when we working in the organization, we should know we are a part of the subsystem. Entire big picture, we are a subsystem. Then we should contribute more so that finally organization can get the good result. Synergy. Synergy, we try to get the synergetic effect. What is meant by synergy? Synergetic effect. What's that? Synergetic effect. What is that? Synergetic effect means 1 + 1 more than 2. Subsystems should be work together to get the higher outcome. Then we can get synergetic effect. If we consider only our own department, own section, if we do we separately, without the system thinking, we can't get the high result. We can't get the synergetic effect. Give me a minute to bring the water. you follow. That is we call contingency perspective. You know that various models are there, techniques are there, theories are there, but we are going to apply. If we apply as it is in same place, that will not give the same result, good result. Most of the models we call universal models, universal perspective. We try to apply as it is in the same different places. Contingency perspective say that now you have to understand that organizations are unique. They are different. Therefore, you have to firstly understand the situation and decide how to react or how to implement. You know that as example, if you take the leadership, leaders can be autocratic or democratic. You can be autocratic leader or you can be a democratic leader. But should be depend on the place. If the situation is not support for you and very aggressive situations, you have to go with more autocratic. If the environment is more friendly and supportive, you can go with the democratic leadership this time. Likewise, you have to study the situation and decide how you going to face that we call contingency perspective. Okay, any questions, any clarifications? We have today with the Viduranga. Viduranga, how are you? Viduranga?
Sir, I am fine, sir.
Okay, Viduranga on a ship or at home?
At home, sir.
Okay. Then we have Manura. Manura, how are you?
Yes, sir.
Manura.
I am okay, sir.
Where you are joined from?
Sorry, working at?
Working at, yeah?
Yeah, I'm working at Ocean Lanka Private Limited, Biagam.
Biagam, okay. Right, your hometown?
Parakopal.
Okay. Right. Further, if I explain about contingency perspective, you can look at here. If the environment is stable, the all structures will be matching. But the dynamic environment like today, we are working with more flat organizational structures. Your superior will be very close to you. No need to pass many levels. Right? Okay. Right. Now we'll come to the contemporary management perspective. Contemporary management theories. Contemporary management theories mean what we discuss today as the management theories. There are theories like Japanese management approach, the excellence approach. What is called Japanese management approach? Japanese management approach is special because so far what we have discussed developed in the Western context. Eastern there are nothing to show. But later on, 1970s, 80s, after the Second World War over and after a certain time, you know that Japan got a higher growth rate, 70s, 80s. And people look at how the bring how they could achieve that high growth. Then people understood that is depend on their Japanese people practice behavior. Then people start to label it as the Japanese management approach. What are the specialties? Are there any special characteristics we could identify with the Japanese management? One is longer term view to business practice, longer term view of business practice, not the short term, longer term view. The people who join for the Japanese companies, maybe school leave, maybe university graduates, they believe that they are joined to the company for working for a long period. Earlier it we call lifetime employment. Now we are not saying like that, but long-term view is there. Second is there is a partnership in the needs of the firm and employee. They pay the salary, fair wages, so that employee employees can live in a satisfactory level lifestyle. Third is openness in organizing structure and interactive communications. You know that in Japan there is a round table so that everyone can feel that I am a center. In the office there are no cubicles. People can interact each other. That kind of open communication. Sharing organizational power. The power will be shared by the people. Ongoing search for improving productivity. We call in Kaizen. Every day they believe that we can further improve the productivity. Further, now we feel that productivity we are going the maximum. But Japanese people, they consider we can go further. There's never ending. Never perfection. Right? Sixth one is decision taken by as a group. And seventh will be the community orientation. Like, you know that in Japan, there is a community-based society. You know that something, especially if you take the agriculture, there's a community, they meet each other. When one person found certain harvesting method or planting method or something, he will share with others. Because they want to develop their community, their area, their region, their prefecture. High community orientations. They are adopting the most useful borrowing from other nations. They imitate others. They bring the things and analyze and making the value addition. Whatever the good things will happen in different countries, they are ready to follow and further develop. And those are certain qualities in Japanese management practices. This is a comparison between American, Japanese, and modified American. American mean US, Japanese practices, compare by some scholar called William Ochi. By taking some good practices from US, by taking good practices from Japanese, he introduced one new one called modified American. modified American version. If you look at this list, you can see American, US, short-term employment, Japanese lifetime. What is the better long-term? Lifetime person keeping that we can't bring the new one. New blood will not come. Individual decision making US, consensual decision making Japanese, better for the consensual decision. Individual responsibility in American, collective responsibility in Japanese, individual responsibility will be better. In Japanese, collective responsibility is there. The people as a department, as a unit, they will take collective responsibility. When come to the US, their evaluation and promotion very rapid. They evaluate quick. But Japanese society is slow evaluation. Sometimes they will say, you are my good friend, but in heart, still they guessing, still they are evaluating. Modified American version is slow evaluation and promotion. In US, very formal control systems are there. In Japan, implicit, informal controls are prominent. Implicit, informal control. Implicit, informal control means control systems are there, very informal. You can't see, not visible, but you control. Right? You don't know you are controlled, but actually there are controlling methods are working. Better to implicit and formal control methods. Specialized career path in US, you concern only your division, department, segmented by focus. But when come to the Japanese, no specialized career path. You join for the company, you learn here and there at the early age. When go to the maturity only, you are in specialized. Holistic concern, Japanese. Moderately specialized career path suggested, and holistic concern, including family and as a community, as a whole, we need to consider. Okay, this is the comparison between US and Japanese and what kind of good practices we can borrow from US and Japan and making a modified version. As I told you, when come to the contemporary management theories, we have to look at Japanese management approach plus the excellence approach. The excellence approach mean it is introduced by not a Japan, it is something in a US related one. Thomas Peter and Robert Waterman, they introduced the excellence approach. Excellence approach mean, that Fortune magazine, they identify the best companies, top 500 companies. Among the top 500 companies, they select 43 top companies and see how they come to the top. Are there any common practice? If we can identify the common practice, help them to be a top, others also can follow. Then they identify certain common practices, common characteristics. With these top companies selected by the Fortune magazine. One is getting things done on time. No delays. No dissatisfaction. On time delivery, on time completion is the one thing. Second is staying close to customers. Doing research, doing marketing research, understand customer necessities, needs. Third, promoting autonomy and entrepreneurship. New ideas and autonomy, innovations. Maximum productivity through people. Get the ideas from people to improve the productivity. Trust, if we ask from the employees how we can increase the certain productions, they will suggest, right? Then then we suggest, we believe them. We get the people idea to enhance the productivity. Be a value-driven company. Value-driven. What is meant by value-driven? What is called values? What is called values? Anyone? Values mean? What is called values? Anyone? Values mean?
Worth of something?
Yeah, values mean what we consider as the right things, guiding principles. You know that your company has the value. Sometimes you know that we have 5 values, 3 values, 4 values. Protecting environment, providing excellent service, customer satisfaction, efficient service, quality products. There will be values. Like a Hinyapuan Melbourne founder had the value to, if he had the value, he had a value, like he expressed that value. Don't send any food items that can't consume by the family members. If the family members could consume only, those food items could go to the market. Melbourne founder Hinyapuan. Right, likewise, you know that value driven mean value considered. You know that whatever circumstance, we are not going to break the value. We follow the value. When we follow the value, our customers will be understanding, okay, this company is like this. That we call value-driven company. You know that if I say in Sinhala, දැන් බටු මුල් වෙනකොට වම්බට මුල් දාලා බෙහෙත් හදන්න පුළුවන්. But නමුත් you know that හොඳ වෙද මහත්තුරු බටු මුල් වෙනකොට වම්බට මුල් ආදේශ කරන්නේ නැහැ. කොච්චර නැති වුණත්. ඒ වගේ if there is any issue, any time period crisis or whatever, if you follow your values, you call value driven company. Doing what the company knows best. Not going to diversify into unrelated, unknown areas. You do your known areas. Maintaining simple, lean organization structure. Centralized or decentralized depend on the appropriateness. Those are the characteristics of excellence approach. When you look at here, you can see the management is the discipline that developed with the contribution of different parts of the world. Maybe France, maybe United States, maybe German, maybe Australia, maybe Japan, maybe UK. When come to the Sri Lankan scenario, you can see we get the colonial legacies. We were under the colonization of the Portuguese, Dutch, English, or British. Then they introduced that what we have learned, scientific management, administrative management, bureaucracy, those kind of things they bring to here. At the same time, our people will go there, the Western universities and all, they learn and bring the Western management. Japanese management practices or certain techniques like 5S will will teach or train by the certain people to our managers and all, they will practice. Cultural factors will also work, though Western management practices come to here. Our culture will be little bit different. Like we are in a more collective society. We respect for the authority. We respect for the elders. Those kind of cultural also shape up our decision making, our thinking pattern as a managers, our attitudes. We are not taking risk aversion. Those are coming with the culture. Economic and political factors also affect for the managerial behavior or decision making with that open economy to the closed economy, mixed economy, some kind of economic policy changes are there. Economic crisis is there. Then in that, as those with time period also, those policies also affect for managers' behavior. In nutshell, can't say we are completely for the Western concept we are practicing. Our own practices also there when we go to the Sigiriya, when we go to the Anuradhapura, Polonnaru area, we were far above than the so-called Western centuries ago. But due to colonization and due to certain situations, our own indigenous management practices are not visible, not fine. It's very difficult to find certain practices we can understand through certain their written documents, but still some researchers are try to find out those our own indigenous practice, but not prominent. But in Japanese behavior, Japanese cultural practices also we are following. Therefore, we are in a kind of a mixed situation. Right, that is the summary of that topic. Any questions, any clarifications, Natalia or Manura? Any questions? Or Kayali, any questions? Tamasha? Right, if not, we will take a short break for lunch. For the second part of the topic, plan is setting the future of organization. In simply, I can say planning process. Very firstly, I discussed with you the planning function. What is mean by planning? Planning means setting the goals and deciding how to achieve those goals. Setting goals is not enough. We have to decide how we are going to achieve those goals. If I go with the definitions, you can see we have to set the goals and selecting means to achieve those goals. How are we going to achieve? In your company, you are working may having corporate plan. Sometimes we call strategic plan. It include goals. It include means to achieve those goals. Means to achieve means strategies. Planning is designing in advance, what to do, how to do, when to do it, and who is to do it. It bridging the gap from where we are and where we want to go. Where are we now? Where do we want to go? Right? What to do, how to do, when to do. That we need to decide. Even country, in our country also, now is the time we have decided what to do, how to do, when to do. Planning should come. Very soon planning should come. Otherwise, it's very difficult to reach our targets as a country. Strategic planning should be there. What to do, how to do, when to do, that plan, only we can reach the ultimate target. Right? Alright. Then planning process. We need to consider, it's simply answering 3 questions. Where do we want to go? Where are we now? How will we go there? Where do we want to go? Where are we now? How will you go there? Where we want to go will comprise with vision, mission, goals and objectives. Where are we now? You have to do the analysis to understand your current position. How will you go there? I mean, what kind of strategies you need to follow to reach your goals. Planning is very much important for organization or the person. Otherwise, we don't know what is our direction. The direction should be there. Purpose should be there. That will bring the plan. Then when we have the plan, we get the participation others for decision making. We can make a mechanism to coordinate different activities, divisions, if we have plan. Therefore, plan is very much important. And plan will be used as a device for controlling managers. You know that if we have plan, it is a kind of a standard. If you have strategic plan or corporate plan, we know the KPIs we are going to reach. Then if we are not reaching, we can take corrective actions. Therefore, planning is something controlling tool. There are different kind of planning. There are types of plan based on coverage, based on content, based on approach we follow, based on time, based on the formality, based on the how many times we are planning. There are different type of plans. Let's see. Based on the coverage, we identify plan as the corporate plan, functional plan, and operational plan. Entire organization, we prepare a corporate or strategic plan for functional areas. Marketing plan, HR plan, operation plan, finance plan should be there. Very ground level, we should have day to day, next week, the today, we need very short term plan, we call operational plan. That is based on the coverage of the activities. When compare with the who are responsible, strategic plan will be, responsibility will go to the senior managers. Operate functional plans or tactical plans, responsibility will go to the middle level managers. Operation plan, responsibility to go to the first line managers, supervisors, assistant managers, something like that. Based on the contents, importance of content, we can say as a strategic planning and operational plan. Same like the idea is same. Strategic plan we concern for the long term. Corporate plan for the next 3 years time, next 5 years. Operation plan we prepare for a short term, probably 1 year time. Then mid-level managers will be involving for the functional planning. So strategic plan we make in the long term, then operational plan will be the very short term plan. Based on the approach we follow, sometimes we are go with very reactive approach, sometimes we are go with more proactive approach. After the COVID come, if you are going to plan for the how to face the COVID and come to the resilience, that will be the reactive plan. When the things COVID happening in Wuhan and China, the things are happening, are we going, here we set for our plans to meet that, then our planning will be very proactive. Proactive means something we do beforehand, reactive means we are doing something after the things happen. Next, we will move to some kind of degree of formalization. Very formal plans are there. We documented, very printed version is there. We can present somewhere. We call formal plan. Informal planning is it mostly within our mind. That is we call informal plan. For a project we are going to do, if you are making plan, we call single use plan. Then it will be, we have budget we prepare. A project we will detail, we are thinking about how to do it, how to fundraising, the programs we are going to do. It is a we call single use plan. That is for particular project, event. Standing planning means like we repeat again and again when we planning for the certain finance related plan, HR related plan, market related plan, then we call standing plans. That will help to understand what we are talking about. Then we will move to the strategic planning process. Strategic planning process. Planning is a process consists with number of steps. Let's see what are the steps. First is vision state. It followed by mission state. Then we conduct environment analysis with different tools we are using. 5 forces, value chain analysis, SWOT analysis, to understand where we are now. Then we set the goals based on the vision and mission. We convert the goals into objectives. You will tell it as a KPI, key performance indicators. Then we have to think about what kind of strategies we follow. Then we are making annual operation plan with the activities, with the time frame, with the responsibilities. Until that, we call strategy formulation. strategy formulation. After strategy formulate, we have to implement that strategy. After implement strategies with a monthly basis, maybe 6-month basis, maybe annual basis, we need to evaluate. Therefore, there are 3 phases: strategy formulation, strategy implementation, and strategy evaluation. We give more weight for strategy formulation that you can see with these 7 steps. Right, strategy formulation, we consider about vision, we consider about mission statement, then set the goals, objectives, key performance indicators. Let's start with the first one, vision. What is meant by vision? Vision include where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? What do we want to become? Right? Where do you want to go? What do you want to become? That is related with the vision. It is the desired future state. Your company, what is the ultimate target you need to reach? What is your dream? What is your memory of the future? It will be the foundation for mission statement. It should be brief, preferably 1 sentences. Vision, we can identify it with the person. It may be national leaders or world leaders. We can identify the vision in a different context. If you look at King Farakram, he had a vision, not let a single drop of rainwater flow to the sea without being used for the welfare of mankind. That's the dream. That is the desired future state. Where do you want to go? When come to the John F. Kennedy, President of US in 1951, I believe that this nation should be committed itself to achieve the goal before this decade is out of landing a moon on the moon, landing a man on the moon, and returning him safely to the earth. The year is 1951. That vision came to his mind and communicated to the real parties, and realized 1960s. More than 10 years to realize. How you can develop the vision statement for your organization? You need to consider 2 things. First one, your company core ideology. Core ideology means what we stand for, why we exist, the reason for being. That is, you should know. We have a police. What for? Protecting peace and harmony. Peace and security. What for hospital? to care the people, to provide the healthcare facilities. There are something reason for the organization is in this world. That is we call co-ideology. When you're designing a mission statement, you need to incorporate co-ideology. Why? What we stand for. Envision future related with what we aspire to become. To achieve, create something that will require significant change to progress to attain. Envision future, what we aspire to become. What is the ultimate target we need to reach? We call envision future. To be the center of excellence, to be the market leader, to be the trendsetter, something like that you might having aspirations to become. That we call vision statement. That we call envision future. Aspiration for the future. What is the level you want to reach? Any questions? Ambika, how are you? Kumara, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Kaviraj. Kaviraj. Bhagya Ratnaik.
Yes, sir. I'm fine.
Okay, right. Thank you. Then let's move to the further. Co-ideology is the first component we need to incorporate when we formulate in vision statement. It has a timeless character. Timeless character. Protecting peace and order is the co-ideology of the police. It's never ending. Until the police concept is in the world, they have to protect the peace and harmony. You have to discover, you have to decide. Actually, co-ideology has two components. Co-values and co-purpose. Co-values and co-purpose. Co-values mean, the values mean what we consider as the right thing or guiding principles. Co-values mean handful of guiding principles which company navigate. Co-purpose mean organization's most fundamental reason why we exist, what for, that we call purpose. If you take the Sony, co-values will be elevation of Japanese culture and national status, being pioneer, not followers, encouraging individual ability and creativity. Those co-values are there. What we consider as right thing. Co-purpose, Sony, to experience the joy of advancing and applied technology for the benefit of the public. Walmart, to give the ordinary folk the chance to buy the same thing as rich people, providing discounted prices, product providing the prices at discount rate. Worldistic purpose, core purpose is to make people happy. It's never ending. Make people happy, it will never ending, right? Okay. Then what I want to tell you, vision include co-ideology and envision future. Co-ideology means the reason for being. Envision future means future aspirations. Again, co-ideology has two parts, co-values and co-purpose. Values mean your guiding principles. Purpose mean fundamental reason for being. Then we need to incorporate these co-values, co-purpose and envision future to making the vision statement. If you look at some vision statements, we can't find all these three, but certain vision statement we can see all threes. If you look at worldistic, vision is to make people happy. Envision future is not there, but co-purpose is there. The happiest place on the earth is Finland. That also same. That has like the happiest place. Happy, making happy people happy will be the purpose. Aspiration is making the happiest place. We are globally leading provider of sustainable mobility. Volkswagen. Mobility is the purpose. Sustainable mobility. Globally leading is the envision future. Sustainable is a kind of a value also. To be the best retailer in the heart and minds of the consumers and retailer. That is the retail business. That is the purpose. Best retail. To be the best, envision future. To organize the world information and make it universally accessible and useful, co-purpose is there. McDonald's, to be the world best quick service restaurant. Quick service is the value. World best will be the envision future. Restaurant concept is the co-purpose. Any questions? Any clarifications? Any questions? Inoka, any questions?
No,
Anupama,
sir.
any questions? Sandarwat?
No, sir.
Right. Then when come to the John Keels, they want to building businesses that are leaders in the region. Co-purpose is there. Building businesses, leaders, they want to see that they are leaders. Sri Lankan Telecom, all the Sri Lankan seamlessly connected with world-class information, communication and entertainment. The core purpose is in providing information, communication and entertainment. The level they want to reach envision future is world class. Sri Lanka Telecom to be the acknowledged leader and chosen partner in providing financial solutions through inspiring people. Their purpose is providing financial solutions. To be the acknowledged leader, that is the envision future. Inspiring people, they are well inspired. Likewise, you will be able to making the vision statement by yourself, or you can be able to comment on the others' prepared vision statement. You will be able to critique the vision statement, right? That I expect. Commercial bank to be the most technologically advanced, innovative, and customer-friendly financial service organization in Sri Lanka poised for further expansion in South Asia. Financial service organization, that is their purpose. They want to be the most technologically advanced and innovative and customer-friendly. That is their huge aspirations. That's called Envision Future. Values will be there. You can see innovativeness, customer friendliness. Those are there. Let's move to our second statement. We call mission statement. Mission. It is a declaration of organization reason for me. It answers pivotal questions. What is our business? It will help to set objectives, KPIs, and deciding strategies. In simply, mission statement is talking about who you are, what you're doing, and why this organization exists. Who you are, what is your organization, and why this organization exists. Vision should comprise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 components. When you're formulating mission statement or when you're reading mission statement in other organizations, you can look at what extent these 9 dimensions they have incorporated. It rarely we can see all 9 in one mission statement. But if you can incorporate many of these areas, you can create more impactful mission statement. Right. First, we need to look at who will be customers. Who are our customers? Are they housewives? Are they general public? Are they professionals? Whom we are going to target? That we need to incorporate with our mission statement. Second, product and service. When taking the product and service, we need to be very careful to take the general term. Right? If you are a bank or a insurance company or if you are a bank or financial institution, you can take financial services as your product. It paves the way to expand your business. Otherwise, if you narrow down to particular function, particular thing, your product, your mission will be more narrow and that will limit your scope. You are selling the mobile phones. You are selling the internet facility. Then connections. Then you have to define your product and service as the communication services. right? You have to be very careful when deciding the product and service name. Which market you are going to serve? In Sri Lanka, or the world, or the South Asia? Where you are going to positioning? That you need to incorporate. Next, move to the technology. Technology reflecting, are you going to innovate, doing something new? Are you going to machine the existing technology? That you need to incorporate. Next will be your aspirations for the future. Survival or growth, potential growth, or earning profit, enhancing market share, something like that. What is your expansion idea? Next, move to the philosophy. Philosophy means your values. Philosophy means your values. What we consider as the right things. Next, self-concept, it includes your competitive advantage. Self-concept means your competitive advantage. What is meant by competitive advantage? What is meant by competitive advantage? Anyone? What is meant by competitive advantage?
Doing better than the competitor?
Yes. What you can do better than your competitors. What you are doing better than your rivals. Right? That you call competitive advantage. What you can do better than your competitors. Public image. What kind of image you want to build? Some company like to build the image, you are more environmental friendly company. You are the company more concerned the human values. What kind of image you going to build among your consumers? Last one is employees. What is your attitude towards the employees? What is your involvement with your staff members? Right? That kind of things. Very difficult to see all in one, but you could do it. Let's come first on Dell. I will come up with Apple. Committed to deliver the best personal computing experience by offering technologically ingenious products and services to students, educators, creative professionals, and consumers around the world through its unique modern hardware and software. Apple is able to enhance resources for future generations and for continuous improvement. They haven't mentioned about the customer, their target. They have mentioned the customers. Who are their customers? According to their mission statement.
Student.
Please tell me. Yes. Students, educators, and creative professionals. Students, educators, and creative professionals. Their product? What is their product? What is their product? Their product, they have mentioned here hardware and software. That also we can say product, but Clearly, their words they are touching is
Technology.
personal computing experience. Personal computing experience. Personal computing experience. Where is their market? Where is their market? Their market is around the world. What is their technology? They have mentioned technologically ingenious products. What is their survival growth aspirations? Continuous improvement. What are their values? Unique product. Enhanced resources for future generations. Continuous improvement. What is their competitive advantage? Technologically indigenous products. What is their public image? Enhanced resources for future generations. Employee part is not there. Out of 9, 8 is there. Sri Lanka Telecom, your trusted and proven partner for innovative and exciting communication experience delivered with passion, quality and commitment. Who is the customer? Customer is you. You are the customer. What is the product? What is the product? Communication experience. Where they are going to do market? Market is not there. Technology. Innovative. Survival growth is not there. Values. Innovative, exciting, passion, quality, commitment, those are values. What is their competitive advantage? Innovativeness. Exciting communication. What is their public image? Trusted and proven partner. When come to the commercial bank, providing reliable, innovative, customer-friendly financial services, utilizing cutting-edge technology and focusing continuously on productivity improvement while is developing our staff and acquiring necessary expertise to expand locally and regionally. Who is the customers? Customer is not there, but product is there. Financial services. Market is there, locally and regionally. Technology is there, technology, cutting edge technology. Survival growth is certain extent there, productivity improvement. Values are there, friendly, customer friendly, innovative, reliable, right? Competitive advantage, innovativeness, using cutting edge technology. Right. Public image, reliable. Reliable, innovative, custom brand, that's image they want to build. They have considered employees also, developing our staff. Right. Likewise, you can make the mission statement that will cover those type of 9 dimensions, mostly among 9, maybe 7, 8 dimensions. Any questions? Any clarifications? Any questions? Then next is our second strategic question. Where are we now? Scan the environment. You have to scan the environment by conducting internal environment analysis and external environment analysis. To analyze the external environment, we can use the tool called 5 forces analysis. To understand the internal environment and your competitive position, your competencies, we can do value chain analysis. From this onward, we will discuss in the next week. Right? Then we will wind up. If you have any questions, please.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, you said that you will give articles for presentations to